Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here at the THSCA Coaching School and Coaching Convention for Texas football today, joined by a man I've just met, James Farmer, the new head coach of the Pearland Oilers. Coach, first and foremost, congratulations on the new gig. I'm sure that it doesn't get old hearing people congratulate you on getting a really, really nice job in the state of Texas.
Yeah, it's everybody's been real friendly and supportive, and congratulating me on that, and especially here today. All my old friends and things like that.
Tell me about the process of finding out you got you got the job. Obviously, when Coach Tony Heath decides to retire and leave his post at a program he really helped to shape, I imagine you were at least a little interested.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was on my way home from strength camp, home for lunch, and he had called me and said, "Hey, can you come back up?" And, that never happens. We usually go, and when we have to talk, we're going to talk at school. And
sure.
So I came back up, and he got right to the point and said, "Hey, I'm retiring, effective at the end of July, and we'd like you to fill in." And I'm just sitting there in my chair going, "All right, here we go."
I guess I don't really have a choice at this point.
Yeah.
What are you going to tell him? No, I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is my 14th year in Pearland, and it's just, it's just a good fit.
And what has been the reaction from the community? What has been the reaction from your players, especially in the ones that you've talked to?
Well, he told the kids the next morning, and then he turned it over to me at the start of camp, and I was like, "Hey, let's just go to work. Just another day. We're not going to do anything dramatic or make big speeches, and because they all know what to do. The kids work, and we went right to work, and they've been working hard ever since."
What kind of how important is it for you to have that kind of continuity to make sure that even though there's a new voice at the top, how important is it for you to say, guys, it's business as usual, we're a winning program, we don't need to change anything? How important is that for you?
It's really important. When people found out about this, and the first question they all asked me is, "Well, what are you going to change?" And I said, "Well, there's nothing to change. It's not like this program's in the tank, and it's just a winning program, and so we're just going to keep doing what we're doing."
I want to ask you a little bit about your team heading into 2017. When you look across, the interesting thing that I always think about Pearland is you guys can do a lot of different things well. Some years you've got really great skill position guys. Other years your front seven is really dominant. When you look at your roster as a whole, what do you see as maybe the strength of your roster?
Probably our offensive line this year. A bunch of those guys played as sophomores, and the majority of them are back this year. We got the three main ones are back, and our two running backs are back, and our defensive line is not as solid as they were, but they're still pretty solid.
And then I want to ask you about your district. The UIL does you no favors.
No.
When you take a look at your district, it's always going to be tough. What are you seeing from your perch as far as what your district's going to look like?
Well, everybody that we play is competitive in the district, and we go into each game, like it's the state game. We're going to try to do our best, and our kids are going to try to do the best every play, and we know it's about respect in the district. You can't overlook anybody.
Sure.
We open up with A-Leaf-Elsick on the Thursday, which they got tons of talent, and then we have Taylor next, and then we have Hastings, and so it's back to back to back with those guys.
You'll know pretty quick
what
you got.
Away. And of course, there's always Manville in the preseason. We'll face them.
Them.
Oh yeah, them.
Them. It's easy to forget them, I feel like. All right, we're going to put you on the spot now. This is of course, the famous Wheel of Questions. If you want to give that a spin, some of these questions are good questions. Others of them are very dumb.
And I plead the fifth on
We will see. Well, let's see. I don't know. Let's see where it lands. All right, we'll go with it. What's your pregame tradition? I know you've been a coach there for a while. You've been in the Texas high school football coaching game. Every coach has their own different tradition. What is yours?
Well, since I've been there, and once I got everything done, my favorite thing was just to go find a dark spot and just shut down for like 15, 20 minutes and just decompress. And then after that, just go get it.
Close your eyes and just relax a little bit.
Not necessarily a power nap, but just just to shut everything down.
Sure, because, and especially if you're playing like a home game, like you talk about, like it's going to be loud at the rig for 3 hours.
Right.
Not to mention formerly Coach Heath screaming in your ears for
Right.
3 hours.
And see, I'd been in the box the last 3 years calling the defense, so it's going to be a little different for me. But
Yeah, it will be, especially down there on the. So you're not going to be one of those guys who is the head coach from the booth.
no, I'm ready to get back down. But the thing everybody keeps reminding me about is that in those situations when they ask what to do, you got to make that decision. There's no, well, Tony, get Tony, but I have his number.
Keep your phone on, Tony
if I
Heath,
need him, yeah.
just in case. He's
Yeah.
Coach James Farmer, the new head coach of the Pearland Royals. Coach, appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Best of luck.
Thanks for all y'all do.
This is Texas Football Today.